Howdy dowdy, and let's get rowdy, folks. Welcome to August Royalty Recap, Reality TV Recap. We have such great things in store for today. Um, I'm like wondering if I should take my glasses off when I do these, but then I'm not gonna be able to see, and that's gonna be in there. And so I think we just good, just like how we are here. But yeah, excited, y'all. I'm nervy. I am going to have a co-host later on in this session, but this is like the first time in a while that I've started without a co-host. So I'm gonna need y'all to be chatting it up with me in these comments, babes. Howdy, howdy. Thank you for being here. Alrighty, so let me get us started. Boom, boom, bam. I can fix this a little bit. Do like having myself the biggest thing, but maybe I'll do this. Uh, I feel like they say that there's like things I never play with it. Like I'm literally only on this platform for when it's time to actually like get in and dive in. But yeah, we got the deck good or good enough for everybody. So shout out to my niece for really stepping in with a lot of like the graphic work and just the team for helping keep me organized and together. Tatsy, what's it do, babes? Alrighty, y'all. So before we really get started, I do want to take a little moment of silence for some greats that we have lost. And so, if you don't know, now you know. The Dolly Parton, as well as the Tim Curry, are no longer with us, honey. And so, definitely buzz. It got everybody shaken up. I even posted on my Instagram story. I know I do my little morning photo of the day, outfit of the day with my songs and stuff like that. Look, turn up, turn up. I forgot to do my girl Hayden, and no shade, Hayden's death hit me harder than all of them. But these happened like within the last 24 hours. But yes, Tati, you are so right. Shout out to our girl Hayden. So we lost some stars. You know what I mean? The girls say things happen in three. I need to text my roommate. He was like, "Who next?" But I forgot. Hayden really started us off with it. And it was her birthday last week. Devastation. Um, but anyway, y'all. So getting into sorry, I'm trying to look at my outline for today. Anyway, moment of silence, rest in peace, apologies. Let's get on into it. We got a lot to discuss. And let me show you what it is. Oh, shucks, Addie, we didn't update this slide, or I didn't update this slide. Yeah. And so a little inaccurate on what we got to discuss today, but today we have, and so I'm looking at my other thing. So we have Real Housewives of Atlanta season. So give y'all a breakdown of, and this is not the most updated one. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We have the Royal Court, Royal Dispatch, and Royal Horizon. So, we usually start with royalty, and that's like what's buzzy and what's going on, sort of like, in the sphere, or in my spheres. But, royalty with the death today. For the Royal Court, our mainstays that we're going to be talking about today is going to be Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 17 reunion. The Married at First Sight, season 20. Y'all, I just got the Married at First Sight. I was trying to catch up all the way before this show, but I'm going to have to talk about it next week anyway, or next week, next month, maybe next week. And Big Brother 28, which is really buzzing and buzzy. Me and my roommate watched the live feeds all last weekend. For Royal Dispatch, which we're going to talk about, but not too much, we're going to get into Next Gen NYC, which is going to be our first topic. We're going to get into Real Housewives of Orange County season 20 because I finally caught up. And then Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, which all of my girlies, all my fans of Real Housewives, you already know what's going on and what's going down next month. Gonna really get it popping because that's gonna be part 2 of it, and we're gonna have Atlanta and stuff in the mix. And then on the Royal Horizon, so because the Love Island reunion is on next Monday, we're doing a special showing September 1st. So next Tuesday, same time, next Tuesday, 7 p.m. If you're free, you with me, Miles and Yadi, and we will be breaking down Love Island reunion, and just our thoughts about it, and like other things too. Which I want to do more of those things. Like I really want to do things when they're timelier. I just don't have time to do things when they're timelier. Like it is a whole production to do this, and it's just once a month. I would love to do things like weekly and get into that rotation. So, depending on the love, depending on the people who come in and showing up, shout out to all of my people who show up and all of my friends and my friends of friends who show up. It's on the link from the Cal invite. But anyway, yes, my friends. But we have the Girls, which is Khloé Kardashian's friend show, which I'll be talking a little bit more about like later on down the line. But like fun thing is they are not doing, it's not fun, but it's interesting, it's new. They're not doing confessionals, and instead Khloé Kardashian is going to be narrating them. And so I think all the episodes have aired. I just haven't watched it yet, haven't had time. And then we have the Secret Life of Mormon Wives coming back for season 5, trailer release. I'm gagged, I'm upset, all those things. And then lastly, we have the Raw Housewives of Beverly Hills, just their cast reveal. They announced who their cast was for Sweet 16. And without further ado, let's get into it. The Royal Court. So yes, like I said, Royal Court, we're going to be talking about Big Brother, Married at First Sight, and Real Housewives of Atlanta. So if these are your mainstays, stay tuned for them. The first one we're going to be talking about is going to be Atlanta after our Bravo. Atlanta's at the end of our Bravo sort of corner. And then Married at First Sight and Big Brother are back to back. So y'all gonna get a lot of me, but I will be joined by my co-host, Yadi, around that time. So let's get into it. Next Gen NYC. So Next Gen NYC, for the folks who weren't here last month, is essentially a show of the Nepo babies, the Bravo Nepo babies, and real life Nepo babies. And I did sort of a character breakdown of each person. So if you haven't seen it, go to the last video and like look through that, because like I talked about everybody and I don't want to bore all the people who's been here already. And so yeah, so biggest things that we talked about, like I said, Kids of the Housewives, some non-housewife friends, and all those things in the mix in New York, living it out. And so this month they focused a lot on like BravoCon, and so some conflicts leading into BravoCon. And then there's this love triangle that they got going on with Kim Zodiac daughter. And who knows? It's more of like a love, like I'd say trapezoid, because ain't that 4 sides, but they not all even. It's given that because it's not a square. And I guess the triangle is like more even. Anyway, we have that. And we had like a few other storylines and stuff to talk about. So I think I'll get into that first and then go into my crowned, dethroned, beheaded, and all those types of things. So first things first, talking about BravoCon. So BravoCon, for people who don't know, is like it's like Comic-Con, but for people who watch Bravo shows. And so it's the biggest thing that they got going on. People, I think they do it every 2 years. They're doing something this year, but I want to say it's the weekend of my niece's first birthday. So I was like, girl, I guess I can't go see that because I don't got the money for it. Like, I can be in 2 places if the coin right. Coin's not right like that. But and so it's just a big deal. And so this was all of their first BravoCon. This was like sort of in the midst of them filming season 2, right after season 1. They didn't get a reunion, and so like the stage was their reunion, and so they were able to hash out some things that they had going on with one another. And they also won like Newbie of the Year or Rookie of the Year, which is an amazing thing to win, especially in the Bravoverse. They were feeling excited about it. I'm really liking how season 2 you're really starting to see them mesh and sort of like groove as a friendship circle. Because like it's weird, you know what I mean? Like it's real weird that they throw them, like I don't know. It's like you throw people on a cast, on an ensemble cast, and you expect them to be like to have this amazing chemistry, and they just don't. And that's kind of what season 1 gave. Like they had exciting moments, but as a group, they didn't feel cohesive. It felt very disjointed, which again is fine if you see them coming together. And so you see them coming together season 2. Everyone's mad at Charlie, but Charlie's still in the group, which is like sort of this weird thing. But again, Charlie's sort of like this refreshing villain, because like I feel like nowadays we don't have that reality TV villain anymore who's like, they're just bad to be bad. I think everybody's like now doing it for, I don't know. unless it's like scandalous, like, you know, like people are cheating on people who they've been with for years and all those. Like, we don't want to recognize, celebrate somebody like that. He is nasty, he is gross, he is not a great friend, all those things. But, you know, like, it's not too much that you're like, oh girl, anything with him on, I'm not watching. Or at least not for me. I don't think it's gotten to that point yet. However, he was very close. There's some allegations against one of our girls that he was talking slick to on the side of his neck. And so I'm very curious to see what does that conversation look like when they go and address that at the reunion, because I'm sure it's going to be addressed at the reunion. If you don't know what I'm talking about, so our baddie in the middle, Amira, and the white guy in the front with the brown, blonde, whatever hair, Charlie and Amira, real close friends, real close Judies. And then there's Georgia, who's the girl with the bangs. Your bangs are right there. She, again, everybody wanted to make sure Charlie is enemy number one, as they should. And so with making Charlie enemy number one, anything to divide the group further against Charlie, they'll do. And so Georgia was like, yeah, like, you know, like I heard from the gay grapevine that like you were mad at me for like, you know, flirting with your boyfriend, but I was even flirting with your boyfriend. And honestly, like, you know, so Amir's a trans woman, and she said something along the lines of like, Charlie said that your boyfriend's gay anyway. I know, all right, don't play like that. And so that's icky, that's gross, all those things. It's grosser to me. More gross, grosser, ickier. It's ickier to me that we have someone who weaponizes that. Like, you've been sitting on this for how long, and you now want to choose to tell me because y'all don't no longer friends. If you really stood for that and that really did make you feel some type of way in that moment, you should have said it right then and there, is my point and my take on it. But anyway, so Georgia shared that with the mirror, she had it out with Charlie, whatever. I've watched the after show. They talk about it, all those things. I know it'll be addressed again. Charlie's like, I apologize if I did say something like that. I don't think I did. And he's like, shit, and if I said something nasty, girl, you know I talk nasty. All these girls talk nasty. Georgia was talking nasty with me. So, like, what was the context in which you heard this? XYZ, boom, boom, bam, the third. Sorry. One of my papers is, like, being all folded up. And I definitely don't want it to be like that for the next hour and a half I'm on show. Okay. Anyway, so we have that going on. And we have Shy, poor Shy. Like, I feel so bad for him because it's like, he's like the, like I'm using all these filler words. He's the friend that folks are, oh, he's like a pity friend in the friend group. You know what I mean? Like, I guess they keep him around because I don't know. But they definitely treat him like that. They treat him as like he's like the little brother who's just a tag along. And it's like, who's he's little brothering to? And it's like, he's the easy target. And like, honestly, like y'all know I don't love, but like, you know, we all have an easy target on these ensemble shows who, like, Drew Sidor, for instance, is the one for Real Housewives of Atlanta. People are always picking and poking and prodding at Drew Sidor, thinking they're going to get something out of her, XYZ, boom, boom, bam. And like, he wanted to do, long story short, he wanted to do a he has some clothes that he's launching or whatnot, and he wanted to have his friends model. And so he wanted I'm blanking on her name. Dang, Dash's daughter, Ava and Brooks. He wanted them because they're like model-esque. They, you know, do all those things. And he was like, oh my gosh, can you, like, and he thought that he was cool with them. He's like, can you, like, you know, model in like my outfit? Brooks is like, I'm gonna have to ask my agent. Like, I'm like a model at an agency, and like I just can't do things like that. Which, fair enough. Like, in working around that world, like, there are some things that like you got to be very careful about doing. But also, and I don't know, maybe Brooks is like this, like, a highfalutin model somewhere, but it's like also, babes, it's like also, babes, like, is it that damn, like, is it that deep to where you can't check in with your, but you didn't want to do it in the first place, is what it was. And Ava's like, I kind of don't really want to do it either. And like, it's like they didn't really want to do it, but like, he's so happy, and he's so, like, look at him in the photo, like, he's like, what, the only one, him and Brooke Shields' daughter, the only one smiling with teeth. Like, you know, they're sweet kids. And so I feel a little bad for him. This is not the group to mesh. Like, he hasn't, aside from Charlie, who, like, Charlie is just like his own work. Charlie's 30 himself. So like he's not moving around like how these kids are. And so that's like devastating. Um, anyway, and then we go with what else happened, y'all? The cast had their little dinner, all those things. And then yes, there's this like love triangle. And so Ariana is broken up for Hudson. Ariana, the girl in the lace, broke up with the guy in the leather jacket. They all wearing the leather jacket. The guy right behind her with the little eyes like this in the leather jacket. Broke it off with him. And they're, going their separate ways. And so she's out dating. She's dating the tall, or not the tall guy because he's short. She's dating the guy in the back in the white tee. Blanking on his name right now. Yeah. And I don't got it nowhere in my notes. Liam. So she's dating, getting flirted with Liam. They have Thanksgiving, all those types of things. And they bring the what is it, y'all? They bring, I think, carrots. They cook carrots to bring for Thanksgiving. Really cute. And like Hudson leads the group chat. And then Charlie's like, well, shit, like if Liam is over here cuddling up with Ariana, I'm gonna cuddle up with Ariana too. And so also at BravoCon, Ariana's Kim Zodiac's daughter, Kim Zodiac Bierman's daughter. And she was like, oh, like, I went and took Charlie with a 10-foot pole, and like they end up flying back from BravoCon, sitting right next to each other. She gave up her first class seat to sit next to him, like this whole little thing. And so my girl's trying to have her cake and eat it too. And I think she's back with Hudson now. And so the fact that she is talking to Liam for sure, like her and Liam are sleeping around, doing all these things, and like she's flirting with Charlie, knowing what Charlie wants. I just feel like Ariana, girl, this is really messy, but good TV. And not too bad. Like, you know what I mean? You're single, you're free to do what you want. You've been dating Hudson since you were in your teens. You know him since you were in your teens and younger. And so it's like you're getting a chance to like be flirty and fun in New York. You're on a TV show. That's attention that comes with that and all those types of things. And so, like, yeah, I'm excited for what that looks like and what that turns to for her. And then also, again, yeah, Shy in his awkwardness. Gia, Teresa Judice or Judice. I don't know how to say that girl's name. Her boyfriend, they have a little strain because he's like he doesn't really want to be on TV, but like apparently he's known her for a while. She's been on TV since she was a child, and so it's just so interesting to, or like, I want to be on TV as you're on TV. I get it, but I don't get it. I'm not in my head like I understand, but I just don't understand. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with them. And then here are my crown court verdicts. And so, first, we're going to behead Hudson. Hudson's like that boyfriend that's just like there who's not getting over his ex. He's with her now, but like not getting over his ex, looming around like in the background, like trying to take control what she do, what she can, XYZ. And it's just he's a very natty in that way. And I'm like, we need to get you up out of here, babes. Like, sorry, gotta go. And I think also for Ariana and her love triangle that she's trying to have that's now a rhombus and a trapezoid, like she needs to get rid of him. And so I need him to be beheaded. I don't need him to come back. I think he can be like a guest. And like they moved him out the group chat. Like he's such a non-factor anyway that I'm like, we might as well just remove him from the show and save some real estate with all these people. Like, yes, they can be a storyline. And again, a lot of the people thought them breaking up was a storyline. But like we can bring him in here and there as a cameo, just like all the other people's boyfriends are cameos. But like he's not really connected with anybody else in the group either. He's like fake friends with Charlie because he's trying to make sure that Charlie doesn't like take his girl, which like he told Liam, like, that's me, and we're gonna get back together. So you better not be fooling around with like what's going on. You know what I mean? And then banish. I'm gonna banish my babe Shy. And like again, a banishment. So for a rundown of what beheaded, banished, and becrowned is. Beheaded means I need you off with your head and off with my show. Banish, I just need you to go, and then like we're gonna really rethink our choices and decisions that led us to banishment, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna attempt citizenship, being back in the court, being back on the royal court, and then we're gonna decide where we're gonna place you. And so yeah, I'm just gonna have to send Shio, and Becrown means like you that girl, like people cover. What you mean? And I think that with Shy, I'm so devastated because he devastated is a strong word, but I'm just so sad. And it's just like, Shy, I need you to leave. get a little bit more confidence, get a little bit more cooler friends around you who really can help you. Like, he's just too sweet. You know what I mean? He's just a sweet kid. And like, he's like, I'm just an immigrant. Da, da, da. Like, it's like, I want him to really be in his power. And these girls are playing in his face. And I don't want to see it. And even he got in an argument with Brooks at BravoCon or after BravoCon because he like said like, yeah, Brooks, I think you can be a little bit more like Riley, because Riley is, I love, but also side eye. They're like, Riley is the one who really tell it like it is, and like she's the most confrontational. This and I'm like, of course the black woman is, but and y'all villainized her season 1, but now you just love Riley. What Candy say? I can buy every one of these on this stage if I could. I don't think she can buy Hudson, his parents, or the Zaxby people. I think that money a little longer. But anyway, all to say, Shy, leave, come back with like maybe some facial hair and like just a new something about yourself to let these girls know you're not the one, the two, or the either to be played around with. You know what I mean? And then of course I'm gonna crown the Amira. Like, I'm just so enamored and just in love with like who she is, how she operates, how she navigates. Like, I really want to learn more of her story. We're seeing it on the show, and that's amazing. But like, yeah, just something about Amira that's like fucking dope. Like, she is this influencer, girly pop, doing it, you know? And so shout out to her for doing it. And boom, boom, boom. On to Real Housewives of Orange County. So Real Housewives of Orange County, hold on, let me look at my notes, honey. So Real Housewives of Orange County, again, the original Housewives show. It started as just the Real Housewives. It was a documentary show. They didn't expect for it to really be like up there like that. And they are. And so I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown of like who the women are, their stories so far in this season, and then we'll get more into a deep dive next month. But I don't want to spend too much real estate on it because like I'm talking about Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip in Atlanta. I don't want to like get y'all fatigued with my Housewife girls. But Real Housewives Orange County season 20. And then let me give you a rundown too of like their background as well. Etsy, we didn't do the updated slides. Yeah, we didn't. So sorry, y'all. I know this is real tight. So I'm gonna try to go through the people for you. So we have Vicki, Shannon, and Heather at the top. Vicki Gunvalson is the OG of OC. She's the original housewife. She wasn't the first housewife casted, but she was the first the first breakout star, if that makes sense, of the housewives. And so, like, there's the Nene Leakes was Nene Leakes. So Nene was the first one in the breakout. But like there's those people who like, the show brings, and they've learned the formula. Like they didn't know what they were doing with Orange County. And so Vicki is polarizing. She's a boss. She's all these things. She has her insurance agency. She's on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. So you're gonna hear me talk about her. I don't think we did a Girls Trip cast breakdown. Actually, Girls Trip isn't even on my thing. So we're definitely gonna talk about Girls Trip next month then. Notes for the production team. But yeah, so Vicki Gunvalson, she's full-time again. She has been fired quite a few times on the show. She's like, why do you keep firing me? Vicki is a wet blanket. And seeing her on this season of Orange County and seeing her on Ultimate Girls Trip, I see how much of a wet blanket she is. And it's so annoying. Like, she is someone who you want to be like fun and tune in for her because she's so iconic. She's had iconic moments. Like, she's had some iconic moments. Like, Vicki Gunvalson really did run the OC. Her Tamara, baby, Iron Fist. But I don't know. I think she lost her sauce a little bit. And she's like probably racist. Hold on. Shoot, Tati, I restarted the OC and haven't watched in so many years. They used to be my show. Like, Tati, come on, OC girl. Like, Real Housewives of OC is really good. Like, like in its infancy, like with Gretchen, like, all the people that was on there. One of my favorite housewives of all time, what's her name? Heather Dubrow, which I'll get into her later. But yeah, so Vicki, her storyline for the season, she's full-time again. This is the first time she's been full-time since season 13. She's played around with the girls again. Like, Vicki's a bitch. And so you need to tune back in. This season is cute. This season is like good background. She reclaimed her orange on stage. So for BravoCon 2025, the same BravoCon I was talking about, like that's when they gave her orange back and was like, Vicki, all these types of things. And so she really is trying to bring back the Tres Amigas. Tres Amigas is her, Tamra, and Shannon. They are like the original, not original, because Shannon came later on. Tamra, I think, came season 3. But they're sort of like, they're a trio. And so, and they call themselves the Three Amigas because they always, Vicki has a house in Puerto Vallarta. And so she is always talking about like, da da da. And so like all they do is drink, like, oh, bitch, they just be drinking, girl, having a good time. And so she wants to bring back the Tres Amigas. They're always beefed up. Like they were great when they were on the show and they had their ups and downs. But when they got off of the show, it got real ugly and nasty. Tamara's one of them bitches that's going to say whatever the fuck is on her mind. And that's why she is a great housewife. She's not like my favorite or my top housewife in the sense of like who I love the most, but she is the one who changed and created the trajectory of what Housewives is. So at first it was a documentary show in a documentary series, and Tamara asked Gretchen, so what you doing down there at Bass Lake when your husband, your fiance over here dying? Like she's the one who was like, let's bring the mess on and let's see like conflict and all these things emerge. Like Tamara Barney, Tamara Judge, give her 10s. But anyway, I'm on Vicki now. So they're always beefed out. So Vicki really wants to bring them back together. She's helping, Shannon through her dating life because Shannon's the friend who was married and like married for years, has 3 beautiful daughters, all these types of things, who are successful, all those things, but left the nest. I think she lost her dog. I know she lost her dog. I don't know if she lost it on the season or after, but like, you know what I mean? Like her husband divorced her. She's not really feeling the love. She's feeling a little alone. And so like Vicki, like, baby, let me boss up with you. Because Vicki divorced about 2 of her husbands since being on the show. That's what she on. And she's with this current man, Michael or whatnot, who, girl, I try not to pay attention to Vicki and her love stories and her love life because her and Brooks, type in Vicki Brooks, Rouse of Orange County, you in for a ride. Shout out to my girl, Megan, Ebony King. MEK. And yeah, and so she's doing a lot. She's really beefed up with one of the newer housewives, Carmella. We'll talk about her in her little storyline a little bit later. But yeah, that's what it is. We have Shannon Storm Bador. She's single, living in Corona Del Mar, honey bunch. And like, trying to date again. She was on Bravo's Love Hotel with Giselle and Luann. And like, didn't really find love there either, honey. And so working on her finances, working on her love life, working on like not feeling alone, trying to build relationships with like Jen and like some of the other wives because she feels like, they've been beefed up and out. And like, trying to be cautious with Tamara because again, Tamara can be a monster when she want to be. Tamara is a girl you don't want to cross and play with. She ain't gonna scare me though. But like, in that circle, in those, like Tamara's a girl that like, if you coming for her, come right. Because she gonna come at you stronger. Not Yari just subscribed to my oh look, my friend talking. Not Yari just subscribed to my YouTube and we did about 2-3 shows together. But anyway, yeah, so Shannon, she's trying to figure out what is going to wow, you're never on this side. I can't wait to have you up soon. Girl, I was like, girl, I gotta have to text her cue, but at least you can see when you're gonna be ready to be queued back up. But anyway, yeah, so Shannon's trying to figure out how she gonna maneuver and work around with Miss Tamara Nasty Ass. And then she already was beefed up with my favorite Heather Dubrow over a damn hotel room. And all these types of things. She's fun, she's cute, she's a good laugh. We like Shannon Storm Bador. I will say over the last 2 years, she's been going strong, but I think that I think it's time for her to go. But like, baby, if this is your consistent bag, I'm not gonna let you, you know what I mean? But like, what Kiki said, the storyline has run stale, and that's just what it is. The storyline. Oh, I should be using props. The storyline has run stale, and I'm kind of over it, but I do enjoy her and she's a sweet girl and I get all the things, but it's like, what more of your life are you trying to squeeze out this dry ass orange? Next we have my favorite, Heather Dubrow. Y'all, Heather Dubrow is literally one of my favorite housewives ever. Like she is up there with like Nene Leakes, I'd be like Bethany Frankel. Lisa Vanderpump, like she is in my top 5, 1000%. Like it's something about her that just gives sophistication, money, coined up, class, and also like she's not afraid to really get in with you. She's long-winded. She's a lot of things, and so that's why she's my favorite. And I just love a bitch who really work in their power and also really hold people accountable and is like sensitive and like is honest about being sensitive and honest about her feelings and takes the heat. A lot of times they give my bitch Heather the heat and she's in the hot seat because a lot of these bitches don't want to be like, oh, I said that too. And that's why I fuck with her. But yeah, so her mom just moved back from New York to LA. They have a complicated relationship, so she's trying to, integrate, manage that. And that bitch is rich. She don't know what the fuck to do. Like she's kind of beefed out with Emily a little bit, even though they were real close friends. They've had a few sort of conflicts throughout the season so far, at least throughout a few episodes. And then also Shannon, because Shannon mad about this damn hotel room. And then just Shannon, a lot of people can't take Dubrow because and they call her Dubrow. A lot of people can't take, you're on camera. A lot of people can't take Dubrow because she, say hello, Lauren Grace, because she's very like, I'm going to tell you what I think you should do type energy and all those types of things. And like, maybe it should go this way. And if you don't challenge her and push her, then she doesn't know that that's not what you want to do and all those types of things. And so, yeah, so loving some Heather. And she's also beefed out with Jen a little bit. Here's the thing. And once again, this is why Heather is my bitch. There has been many a times where the girls have tried to. So every housewife, if you're familiar with Housewife Lore, any of these ensemble shows, every housewife has a season where it's like kind of their takedown season. And it's just the season of them being in a hot seat. It's a season for them to hold accountable to, like, if they had legal problems, if they had something going on in the press, if they said something, at reunion that was never really addressed, or like whatever they did in the previous season. It's like, we're going to hold you accountable. And like, it's essentially bitches gap together and say, this is what we're going to do. I don't know how it really goes. And so Heather has never had a successful takedown. Every time someone tries to take down Heather in her season, she always ends back up on top or somebody else ends up down. And I think that's a master class. And so I hope that there's like a clip on YouTube or even TikTok nowadays that you can see like Heather coming up from her takedowns, but it is beautiful from like having a gang of women coming across you. So like what you're seeing is the cast. It's a cast of like, 7 or so women, and having 6 women coming at you, trying to take you down, trying to take down the big dog. We've seen it with Nene Leakes, and she whacked them down, not them later seasons. But it's like Heather, no, babes, even the way that she like sort of takes like sort of the accountability, because that's what it is. It's just people needing to take accountability. And so she does it in such a masterful way. Anyway, clearly I'm fangirling. She is my favorite. If you beefed up with me about Heather Dubrow, baby, you're going to be beefed up with me. Like, Heather, I go to bat for Heather like I go to bat for, I don't really go to bat for Nene. That's my girl. But a lot of things, and undeniable. But a lot of things Nene has done, girl, she got to hold herself accountable too. Anyway, then we have Tamra Judge. And so she is one of the longest tenured cast members of Housewives of Orange County. She's been on the season. Like, she's been on technically the longest. She's not the longest consecutive. And so Kyle Richards got that. But like, she is one of the longest running housewives in Orange County. Again, like I said, she created the formula of what Housewives is. And so I don't know. Tamara's always starting off on the top of the year of like trying not to be in the drama and like trying not to be like the one that everybody is like coming for and like attacking. But she always ends her stuff. Like, she always finds herself in the middle or like opposing someone. And so one of her best friends, Sadie Mellencamp, who she has a podcast with, is, going through a lot of health complications and things of that nature. And so that's really like shifted how she maneuvers and acts and all these types of things with the girls and the girly pops. Anywho, and so, yeah, she is really trying to not fight as much and just really see the girls and just try to be like, that kind of elderly, whatever. She's trying to make amends with Shannon. Here's the thing that I do like about Tamra. She does try to make amends with the girls and try to say like, okay, girl, can we move move forward and move past it and XYZ. And like for the most part, the girls take it and then like they do something to piss her off and then they back at it and they back at odds. And so yeah, they love to say that she a different person this year. And also, yes, she's prepping to become an empty nester. Her daughter, so she has a lot of a complicated relationship with like her kids, at least on the show, because her husband was like, "Girl, I don't want my kids like on this show." A whole bunch of things. Child, they're one of the originals that really went through it before it was something, and so yeah, that's really what's going on with Miss Tamara. Then we have Emily. Emily turned 50 this season. And Emily was one of my favorites when she first came about, but I think again the storyline has run stale, and I think that she's a beautiful woman, a talented woman. I'm assuming a rich woman as well. She's a fucking lawyer, I think her husband's a lawyer as well. I don't know what they're well to do. You know what I mean? She's been on this show, but she's just the thing that I clashed with Emily is because she came across so confident, but she's so kind of insecure in the ways that she maneuvers and talks. Like she talks about her weight, like all those things, whatever. And so that's like my kind of thing that I have with her. And I think because of her own sort of like emotional baggage, whatever, it really does show up and shape how she navigates this group. Her best friend is Gina, who's on the next slide, and I'll talk about, who did not feel for her. I was like Team Emily. Everybody's like Team Gina. I was like Team Emily. And then it's like sort of shifted the other way around. And so yeah, not much to say about her. We got Gina, who's really like showing us like she is her and her husband, fiance. I don't think they married yet. Her and her husband, fiance, whatever you want to call it, child. They're trying to sort of figure out their arrangement. She's like, she wants to keep her last name because it's the same last name as her kids, and she doesn't want to, she feels like she's abandoning something, whatever. So it's that storyline. She's been with Travis for a while, like seasons, when she was in her casita. I am loving the sort of growth that we've seen of Gina, though. Like she started as someone who was married, it was a very toxic relationship. Broke apart, and then they became the best friends. Like that's always so interesting to me, of when people are married and it's such a volatile, nasty, and then afterwards they're like, yeah, anyway, we co-parent so great. It's like y'all couldn't break up before y'all got that bad. You know what I mean? But anyway, navigating that, being the best friend that she can. She got into it with Miss Carmella about something, because Carmella got her friend a vibrator in a bag, and she was like, "Girl, who she gonna do this in front of you and your kids?" Whatever. And yeah, her girl is Emily, and so she's constantly over the years tried to form a relationship with Heather. And then Heather's always like, "Oh, I want a buddy." And then that sometimes get in the middle. I would love to see Gina and Emily not be on the same season together, one without the other. Because I think they're yes, a strong duo, but I think again, storyline has went stale. And so then we have Jen Quadranti, who, there's a lot to say about Jen. I'm not going to say it now. Interesting character, beautiful woman. Glad she's back. Justice for Katie, her former best friend last season, who she turned her back on, girl, to get back in cool with the girls, which I get. The girls got to maneuver their ways to get back in. But I have a lot of strong feelings and opinions about Jen. But she is building her life with her fiance Ryan. Navigating her kids getting older, navigating understanding what finances are, because she never had to do that. A lot of these bitches never had to do that in their marriages because their man took care of everything. And so now that they're independent, they're what do I do? Which what a life to live. You know what I mean? Of not knowing about what to do with money and not thinking about these things, because it's why would I? Anyway, and then we have Carmella, who is the newest girl on the block. She's a realtor developer. She was a 2004 Playmate for Playboy. She also was a former WWE wrestler. She came in through Jen, and she's really trying to maneuver her way within the cast. She has different homes. I forgot to put it down on here, but she doesn't necessarily live in Orange County. I think she lives further away, but she has a house in Orange County, and that's kind of the way that she's getting into with the group, and sometimes leave her kids. It's whatever. Vicki is beefed up with this girl, because it's fucking Vicki. And yeah, that's about it. Biggest one of the biggest arguments happening right now is Vicki. Hold on, let me see. I did the cast. Yeah, Vicki versus Carmella. Vicki is thinking that she's old. Everybody needs to kiss the ring and bow down to her. That's just like her general personality, which is like so off-putting, but like I fuck with it, but also it's annoying. You know what I mean? And Carmella's just coming in, trying to be confident, trying to be cool. Vicki's like, girl, your job not real, your money not real, you're a bad mom, all these types of things. The girls pick their sides, all that. I'll get into it more next month. Anyway, Real Housewives of Orange or of Atlanta. I'm trying to look ahead to make sure I have all the slides I need. I probably don't. So Real Housewives of Atlanta had their reunion. These are reunion looks again. Really good reunion, really good 3-part reunion. I was very pleased by send my girl, make sure she got her stuff, child. But yeah, major fan of Miss what's her name? Major fan of Miss Housewives of Atlanta. I think they all did a really good job at like holding their own. I think that the reunion was like it was interesting seeing sort of K Michelle get back cool with everybody. Essentially, her and Shamea, I feel like, are left at like sort of like a tense spot. But you know, it is what it is. That's what happens sometimes. I think that like Phaedra and K Michelle definitely showed up to work. I should have did housewife ratings of the season since we at the reunion. Oh well, I'll do it for the next one. How about that? But yeah, we had Porsha really show why she's that girl. Which y'all, there was a scene where Porsha, and I'll get into it on the next slide. Actually, I'll just wait to get into the next slide. But like Porsha really is that girl of Atlanta right now in a way that like I power to her. Like power to her and power to standing true to her convictions. Regardless if people receive it or not. And like I think what I liked a lot about this season or this reunion is like no one walked away. And like people are notorious for walking away on housewife reunions. And so the fact that nobody did, I'm kind of gagged and gooped. But anyway, yeah, Angela, like, yeah, it was a lot. All the girls, look, Porsche Supremacy. Hello, Miss Rondo. Child. Of course, they show YouTube name. But no, I'm pleased from the reunion. Tati, I'm surprised you don't got nothing to say about the reunion, mamas. You must be doing something just listening in the background right now. But anyway, Pinky Cole revealed that she was pregnant. There's some controversy that went around with did not go through. There was some controversy that went around that she was not or that Claudia Jordan essentially said one of the housewives were pregnant and they announced a pregnancy. And then people were mad and up in arms. And then Pinky also did an interview with Candy. And one of the things she talked about is like she was like kind of like upset that happened and like, you know, disappointed that Claudia like kind of stole her shine, or not really stole her shine, but like, you know, she's okay with it, but she's like that kind of like, I didn't love that moment for sure. And then, so this was like really the root of the reunion. Yeah, oh, here she go. It was a hot mess. Just sad. This is the root of the reunion. This is the root of the season. This is the root of so much. Is Porsha versus Shamea. And so there was Porsha's couch and there was Shamea's couch. Porsha was at the head of her couch. Shamea was like, I think the second or third person. I think Shamea was the third person at her couch. But like that is the way that the cast has been divided. And it's been divided like that since like the first girl trip that they did in Dallas. And I think honestly even before. Like even going in when they introduced with Pinky and all that type of stuff. Like I think there was already divisions and divides brought across, and I think that it all went to a head in Scotland. I think I talked about Scotland last month, but just a refresher. So at Scotland, when they went to Scotland for like the traders. Or not, yes, they went for the traders because Porsha and Phaedra were both on the traders. Phaedra was more successful than Porsha. And so they was like, oh, this will be a cute little fun cash trip. And they were at a dinner, and Shamea had brought up, like, you know, yeah, because I definitely remember everyone's opinions. Shamea had brought up, you know, what's my girl name? She brought up like having to see Pilar through Dennis, who's Portia's baby daddy, and like, you know, like that's unfortunate that their friendship has like become that. And then And Porsha just went to hell, or like she saw black, and she was like, "Girl, do not talk about my daughter. Do not bring up my daughter." Like da 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 da. And then they started talking about the mamas, and I think what was said, like Shamea's mama stole the business from Porsha mama in an underhanded way. Not Shamea should stay the friend of. I challenge you on that, but with all the stuff that happened, I don't disagree. But yeah, so she said something about that. And then Shamia was like, "Well, girl, your mama tried to fuck my daddy," and she's like, "Girl, your mama tried to fuck your uncle." So like, if you really want to go there, let's go there. It was heated. It was a lot. And that was really it. Like, it's just like when it's real deep and you really know people's family shit like that, and you bring it up to the table amongst a bunch of around a bunch of women who like they kind of cool with, not so much, like still getting to know, like it just gets a little bit too personal. And I think that like that's when Porsha was like really done. Although they had like these nasty text exchange that I guess we'll never know, but they had a nasty text exchange at the top of the season. And like from then on, that kind of was also the end of their relationship. And so so the only thing that I would say is that it's like everyone is trying to kiss the ring of Porsha, and I need another big dog there. Like I need Kenya Moore back. I need Nene Leakes back. Like Phaedra is such like her counterpart in a way that she's not necessarily like a big dog with her. You know what I mean? Like Phaedra is a big dog for sure, but like not in the sense of like Portia's stardom. And I think that like Kenya can definitely be that. And like I don't want them beefed out, but I just want someone who's not necessarily tail behind trying to appease Porsha. I feel like we go back to this. Angela's trying to appease Porsha, and Angela's a girl who just moves on, but it's just like the way that she moves on. Like I get that Porsha has like grown in the way that she holds herself accountable, holds people accountable, and she's a fun girl. She's fine as hell, and she's a good time. But I'm just like, you telling me that Shamea, Pinky, and Kelly, all them that miserable and horrible? I think y'all are too. You know what I mean? Straight kiss asses. Yes, Faye was too focused on them kids this season. I hear they get on her Zoom. I'll get to that. And exactly, straight kiss asses. Like, bring an OG back, bring a veteran back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think Cynthia is amazing, but Cynthia is like not no big dog. Like Cynthia is just that girl. You know what I mean? Like, she don't need somebody who's just because you know what Cynthia say. I know I'm soft spoken, but I don't have no problem getting into one together. Push that girl anyway. But like, she needs someone to like, yeah, like Drew beefed up with her, and then like it's just the way that they came back that I'm just like, all right, girl, like I know y'all singing for y'all supper, and I get that because I'll sing for my supper too on the show, but it just gives a little disingenuous that it's just like it's like Shamea is just the worst of everything. Can somebody meet Shamea at her level and be like, hey Shamea, girl, you doing a lot, like let's like really connect, and like let's try to bring you back to the, you know what I mean? Phaedra chill. Phaedra, I don't think Phaedra's like one of the only ones who's not under Portia's ass, but Phaedra's like, shit, this is my bitch. So what I'm beefed up for? Like, you know what I mean? And that's the same with Cynthia. K Michelle tried to get at her, but it was just disingenuous. And K Michelle, you were a rookie to Real Housewives of Atlanta. You're not a rookie to reality TV. Shout out to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but you can't do that over here, babes. Like, you know what I mean? Cynthia's always showed up as a friend. Brittany, shut up. But yeah, like, and like even like yeah, like a lot of them fall flat when they get to Porsha because honestly they're not equipped to deal with a bitch like Porsha. Portia's just that girl, and that's just what it's gonna be. Portia's just that girl. But anyway, their friendship is done fully officially. There was a point where they got into that segment, and when I tell y'all Porsha was at that damn thing looking like this. And Andy was like, what you giving me them eyes for? She said, I don't want to talk about my mother. Andy said, okay, but we on this show, girl, so we got to do that. Doing the first season like it was Love and Hip Hop. She was doing the first half of the season. I wouldn't even say the first half of the season, but I would say she did the entire season like Love and Hip Hop, and she came back at the reunion like a Real Housewives of Atlanta. But yeah, Porsha looked at Andy and said, I'm confused to why we're talking about my mama. My mama is off limits. And when I say them bitches, like my thing is I get moms are off limits, but like I still got something to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to be talking about nobody's mama because I'm talking about my mama. But like, if you talk about my mama already, then we're gonna keep on going. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like when she said that statement and Shamea respected her, which, you know, whatever, great. Nene would have been what Nene said. Did I write about your mama? Did I say it? I said I would not stoop so low and drag someone or throw a shoe right next to Candy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I think is missing from this cast because no one's going to go toe to toe with Porsha right next. Porsha not gonna fight y'all no more. She's done too much for Bravo and too much anger management. Like, and I know she mad she can't whoop people asses no more. But it's like it's digging into her fucking asshole. Y'all gotta be done with that. And like again, Shamea, girl, you I don't think that Shamea needs to go back to being a friend, but what I do think that Shamea needs to do is lick her wounds and come back and realize she is that bitch, and she's probably richer than all. I think she is richer than all of them on that couch. And so just live in that and lean into that and let them know that like you can pay for every motherfucker here if you wanted to. Like you're best friends with Candy, like really lean into that. Like you can tell that Shamea just has always been a sidekick and has never been someone to speak up, and she's always had someone speak up for her or like champions for her, and that's the part that I feel like is a little bit saddening to watch. But anyway, that's my takes on this, on that. Let's get into the Crown Court verdicts before we move on to the next spot. And so beheaded, get Phaedra out of here. I think Phaedra again did a really good job. Her and Kay did a really good job at showing up for the reunion when they didn't show up for the season. But you don't get to still keep your job for not showing up at the season. So send Phaedra back as a friend of. And I think that like I do like the presence that Phaedra had on the cast and how she showed up with the people. And like I do know that she had some clips and things that like were cut, but it's just like then let her be phased out. Like you're doing too much with all of these people who you have on the show. Let's just be done with some of them. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. That was my thoughts. Banished again. I think Shamea and her team needs to go back, lick their wounds, and come back. I'm talking about Kelly. I'm talking about K Michelle. I'm talking about Pinky. They need to leave from this season, gather themselves, and come back better. Do some research, learn how to read, and just move. And honestly, I don't know either if I can handle the maneuvering and finagling and doing all these types of things. Like, I don't know. I don't think that's my thing either. But what I will say is that I think that how old are y'all? Y'all are parents acting like y'all some damn kids and teenagers and college students. And I just need a little bit more. And so I need Shamea to come back and say, I'm richer than all of you. And if you don't like it, don't be it. Porsha, no, I don't fuck with you. And leave it at that. Like, don't bring up the mamas, don't bring up the kids. Just leave it at that. You don't fuck with me at all. I don't fuck with you at all. And that's just what it's going to be. We're going to be around each other, whatever. I'm going to do what I do. I might do like shade, or I might say no comment when it comes to you. Point blank, period. And then we go with the crown, Cynthia Bailey. I think Cynthia really did hold out and do what she needed to do for the season. I think, you know, her song Peach Life comes out Friday. Tune in. I don't know if I want to see the video, child. Or maybe it's the video that comes out and the song's already out. But I'm Cynthia is showing what it means to be a friend of the show and being sort of like demoted but still relevant. Cynthia, none of the girls check Cynthia. All the girls want to be her friend. She is in drama, but not too much in drama. And like she is someone who you want at every event and everything that you're doing. And so shout out to my girl, Cynthia Bailey. What Cynthia did to piss you off? Please let me and the people know. I think the room situation, I'm so glad that we are done with that, child. I do think that they were like eerily sensitive about it. The girl said that the rooms were dirty. I don't what are we supposed to say about that? Anyway, all in all, love my Ross of Atlanta. Great season. Really enjoyed seeing them bring back sort of like the tastiest peaches of Atlanta. Like bring back that, like that's the vibe that we want to see. We don't want to see everybody beefed up all the time. We don't want to see people who can't move on and can't hold shit accountable or can't be held accountable to anything. Like we want more of that growth and elevation. And so lastly, oh girl, we done mixed up the things. Folks. So we're getting into the next segment. We're getting to the next segment of our show, which is where we're going to invite Yari on and talk about Marriage at First Sight, Big Brother, what's on the horizon for reality TV for us, or for me, especially in this show, and get y'all's thoughts on everything. And so without further ado, once my sister get on and get ready, we'll bring her on up. But I want to get into Married at First Sight. So for people who don't know what Marriage at First Sight is, I didn't. It is such a fascinating show. I don't think I've been this involved or this like interested in the show since Big Brother. Like I became like a big fan of Big Brother, and like, you know, girl, I was trying to be on for girl. I don't know. This season is nuts. And mind you, Britt, this is my first season. I've never seen it. You get to come, baby boo? All righty, let me bring my co-host. Hey.
Hi. Oh my God, I'm so excited to talk about Married at First Sight.
Mind y'all, Yadi has been telling me to watch this show since before the season started. Like even when we were talking about reality TV and like what shows, she's like, have you ever seen go back and watch 17? It's on my list. Addie, write this down.
17. Oh my God.
And so I was like, girl, I don't know. And all the people who know me know I don't like seeing a lot of straight romantic shows. Like it's just, I see it in the world. Like all of my friends here from Texas are all straight. Like
luckily there are queers this season.
And I don't disagree with you. And so let's get to it. Okay, so yeah, so for folks who don't know what Married at First Sight is, apparently they go through, and I'll let Yadi really explain because she really knows what's going on. But like apparently they have these people, they audition to be on this show, they go through their psyche evals, they have them questions, all those things, and they pair you up with someone who they think is compatible for you to be married to. And I think it's a 3-month process. I don't know. And 2-month process. Oh, boring. It needs to be 3. Look.
Okay, that's 90-day fiance.
Okay, you're right. But it needs to be 3 months. And so they decide that they want to stay married, all those types of things. They have a wedding. That's where they meet each other at the wedding. They do a honeymoon, and then they go back to their worlds. And so, Yadi, what am I missing on the premise of this show?
That's basically the premise. And previously, the show was on Lifetime. So it was definitely giving non-edited, and this time, and like, you know, and we'll talk about it, like when they come together and have like a group dinner with the rest of that does not happen in the other seasons. So this is like a first time that happens, first time where the experts, and these are new experts this season, like this is the first time the experts are actually so like they're super involved from the beginning to the end. They're kind of running it like the UK version this year in the sense that people break up in the middle of the season.
Wait, I'm on episode.
Okay, I didn't even know that UK had Married at First Sight, but duh, of course.
Wait, I'm on episode 9. Somebody broke up?
You have a couple more episodes till people start breaking up.
Episodes of the season?
I think there's 18 out right now.
Oh, I'm being fed, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow's the finale.
Yes, and so I'll be talking about this. Hopefully I'll catch up. Am I getting another text message, or is this just late? There's also, they took something from the UK and the Aussies version also net. Of course Brittany watches all of it. I didn't know, B, that you were into this until I was talking to Jayla today, and she was like, oh yeah, you would send this to Nay. If Nay doesn't have this, I was gonna put this in the group chat. Send this to Nay, y'all, if she got time. You know, I know y'all busy in Texas. It's late. It's 8 o'clock, child. Y'all know I'll be in bed at 8 o'clock out here. But anyway, Married at First Sight. Let's get into the season. So This is our cast. So we have and let me open up on my thing, because again, this is small. We'll do better next time. We got Adam and Marissa. Hey, Adam.
Oh.
Felipe and Tori. Hey, Felipe.
Oh.
Sean and Nikki. Cameron and Michelle. Nick and Courtney, and then we'll get to the next one. So I'll let you take a stab since you really know the girls. I got a lot to say, but what would you say about the folks so far this season? At least the first half of the season. You can get into all of it. I don't care about sports, but
yeah. I mean, listen, these are a group of people that I don't think wanted to be married from the get. I think they didn't know what was going on. And they signed up for TV, but they didn't know that the concept was to be married. Because day one, you're saying, I don't want to share the bed with you, when you know that it's because you're not attracted to them, and just say the truth.
Just say the truth. I'm not attracted
because
to you.
Because it is marriage. It's married at first sight.
Do you think, before we get into the character description, do you think that it's bad for someone to like be like, I'm not attracted to you, but maybe I can grow into it? Do you think they should end it there, or do you think that they should like try to see?
I think for this concept of the show, they have to let it like. Well, there was a season where the girl, they didn't even do a face reveal because she didn't sign off on it. She saw the man and she didn't walk down the aisle. And she was like, no, like, they didn't even do the face reveal. I feel like that was 2 seasons ago or something. And I was like, ah! And then that poor guy, like, I feel like was still trying to go on the honeymoon port. Like, I was like, what is going on? But yeah, like, so again, this concept is not new. So I don't understand why these people are like, immediately when they're not attracted, they're like, but like you kind of have to go through the process. That's the whole point of it.
And I feel like they're trying to be a little bit PC about it too, which is a little annoying. And they're trying to be like, oh, I just am slow to burn. And this, mind you, I am too. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna sleep in a bed with you. Like,
in the beginning, they're like that, but later on, they be telling each other. Like Sean and Nikki, it's like lashings after lashings. They're like, oh, you said that? But you're at New York 7.
I feel like they've been giving lashing since the very beginning, which I hate. Okay, anyway, all right, give us the who you taking? Who you introing to us?
I'm gonna
please at least do Cameron and Michelle. You know, I don't know too much about them.
Fine, I'll do Cameron and Michelle and Nick and Courtney. I'll do the bottom, and then you do the top. Because you actually like all these men actually at the top. So yes,
I do not like Sean. Sean is my sister.
Well, not like
I think he's handsome.
But you were like, oh, I would like someone like him. Yes, Courtney does want Adam.
In a way.
So okay, let's go with the boring people first.
I do too.
Cameron and Michelle. Cameron, Mr. I've never had a girlfriend in my life, and you're 37, and you signed up for a show that is marriage.
He's never had a girlfriend?
Oh, that didn't come up yet?
I don't know. Oh, come on.
He's 37, a high school basketball coach or something, doesn't make $150K. Michelle, unfortunately, is settling for him just because he's tall as fuck. But he doesn't make 6 figures. He lives in fucking Portland.
He don't even make 6 figures?
He doesn't make 6 figures, and he lives in fucking Portland. This is based in Seattle. You live in Portland.
My bad, y'all. Shit. Boring ass bitches that go over my head. They cute.
But yeah, I guess they're cute, but the more the time you just I feel like the reason people start breaking up is because Cameron and Michelle got he don't even make the money she wants. Exactly. They're giving really like sitting on a high horse, and they're like, we're the perfect couple. We love each other. Ew. And they keep telling the other people, but like, why don't you love each other? Huh? Interesting. And it's really giving messy. So it's kind of funny because it's going to crash and burn. Like, mama, he's never had a significant other ever in his life, and now he's going to marry you?
He's 37, girl, and he's already like, yeah, he must have peaked. Girl, you ain't never had no girlfriend. At least a situationship, girl. You're 37, and that's
he said he's never had a girlfriend.
These people be not old because I'm 32, but like these people be like, you know what I mean? You older in life, girl, and you come on the show to get married. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm trying to have a child within the next 2 years. What's going on with
and then Cameron
with kids?
Cameron is kind of spooky because you'll like Cameron as the season goes, and he be popping off. Him and Michelle are so messy together. They are.
Here messy.
They are.
I need to see
They
it.
are. I will say that Cameron though is kind of like a spooky, scary white man, where like he seems like all golden retriever, but then he played basketball overseas. I think he was just homing around. Cameron had a bad day because of his high school coaching or whatever, and she was like having to be there for him or whatever, and he's like, I just love that you're always positive, and my grumpiness never makes you grumpy or whatever. And I'm like,
That's weird, girl. That's
code words.
Yeah, okay.
Code words.
That's
Code
a sign.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shout out to Cameron and Michelle. I was laughing at Michelle didn't know how to cut no damn cucumbers.
When you meet her parents later, you kind of understand why.
Okay, I can't wait. Oh
yeah, and then the conservative queers.
Which, come on, that disgusted me. Them saying like, I'm looking for somewhere in something conservative, and like,
but also Nick was lying. Nick was like, yeah, I skew a bit conservative. If you're conservative, you say that shit with your whole chest.
Well, I'm from the South, so some of our views are a little bit more, different.
Moderate. I understand, yeah. But he is saying,
girl,
like,
with these nails on in this crown, like, sister, what conservative am I? Let's be real.
But Courtney fucking hates the living shit out of Nick. She fucking hates him. Like, Courtney is like anybody but him.
Which he's handsome. I will say, Nick is handsome. He's annoying to me, though. Nick is handsome. Like, she's handsome as well. No, she's a cute girl. They're cute. And so, like, clearly, they both give queer. They both.
Yeah. And it's okay. Be who you are. Mm-hmm. Be who you are. No, Courtney, like, that ass hates his guts. Like, as the season goes on, he could say, wow, you look so beautiful. And she's like, what the fuck? No, I'm serious. And she just keeps saying, you're so fake. She just, her favorite thing is like, you're so fake. You're fake. I don't know. You're not real. You're fake. And it's like, oh, but you too, girl. You're not being your real self. And if you really wanted to be your real self, go be with Caitlyn, who's not even on this slide.
I love Caitlyn. Do you think that she's do you think, I'm only on episode 9, so I don't know too much about it yet, but do you think that Brittany, I'm gonna open up your message after I finish, but do you think that Courtney has never gotten over the fact that he's been on like 5 reality TV shows, and like that's like why she just would never work with him, and like
yeah, but I also think she's holding on to that. Miss Maga likes Adam actually bad. I think she was afraid of Nick for not being there for the right reasons because he's done reality TV before. Yes, but I also think she's using that
there for the right reasons.
I think she's using that as a crutch, though.
Me too.
Oh, you've been on so many reality TV shows, Mama. So are you? You're literally on one right now.
Girl, we did not meet in a while, and so that's why I'm just like, she needs to let that go. And he's a handsome guy, and like, if he wanted to touch me, he definitely could. Like, if he wanted to hold my hand and cuddle, mind you, like, I'm very like, I don't like.
No, oh my god.
Last, like,
there's one moment where the therapist basically tells them to be more like physical or whatever, and she's like, I could be physical, and she kisses him like this. Can't wait to be more physical. I'm like, oh, she hates his ass. No, she fucking hates him.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm curious to see the rest of their relationship. I'm on the episode after where he visits her family, and they're talking about kids and like, having the family. I'm like, girl, you don't want no kids with him. And like, I love her family said, you're a nitpicker. She was like, I am. But because it's just like, girl, never, why would you go on the show if nothing can ever be good enough?
Especially a man that has the parts that she doesn't want.
With her strong ass, celiac ass. Okay, so we have Adam and Marissa. So hey, Adam. Adam was the first person I saw on the screen, and he really just did something to me. Like, however, I will say he's clicking down, but I loved how like he seemed I love a robotic man. Like, I love someone like this. What you need a personality for?
Woo.
And
you're like, you could be the rock, I'm the star.
We can both be stars, but like, you don't need to have a star with a personality. Be like Phaedra.
You're like, you're a shooting star. You're just like, poof, fleeting.
And so I really did like when he came on. He seemed like really like he had his stuff together. He knew what he wanted. He wanted to be in a relationship. He wanted to be married, all these types of things. And like, I think he said all the right things that he needed to say, like from the beginning, because I don't feel like he has lived up to that in the 9 episodes that I've watched. Like, I feel like he has teetered down and he's so playful and jokey. I don't like
You thought that when he broke up with that girl that on the phone before he went on, that he was ready for marriage?
Okay, well, yes, I did. Well, okay, but I think that in that so y'all, he has a scene that before he gets like cast, so like when they show the people and then they have like the experts talk to him and say like, all right, to be on the show you gotta do da da da. And so the man was like, okay, if you got a situationship, I forgot what he said, end it now. And so he was like, hey dude, you know, I just want to let you know that like on the show and like getting married soon and da 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 da, and like, you know, we can't really hang out anymore. So are you fucking kidding me? He was like, oh. Well, because the way he set it up again, he was like, I don't think it's that serious. And so like I just thought it was just I thought they was just, you know, fighting around under the covers. I didn't think it was really a moment. And so and so for me, I don't know. I think I was just smitten. And so, however, I was not. And Marissa, she's a beautiful girl, I guess, but there's nothing about her that's like compelling or interesting to me. And so they were an interesting match.
She doesn't have a personality.
Yeah, I didn't think that they were going to match, especially when he had got like, he said he don't, and like him saying he don't drink, like stuff like that really do get me going. Cause I'm just like, I love a loser. You know what I mean? Like, I love someone who's like very like, you know, I work and I come home and I like fish and jet ski, and then I go back. Mm-hmm. Oh.
No, yeah. Yes, he does. X Game contestant for sure.
Mm-hmm. Is he that much of a nutcase? I haven't seen it yet. He's a jokey guy, but like, is he?
No, he's scary. He's a narcissist for sure.
You said that, and I was like, ugh, which I can't do a narcissist. I already have the tendencies of a narcissist. I'm not one. I have close tendencies to it. I can't be with an actual one.
Please, not the close tendencies.
She is fitting within his box, and that's what I don't like. Anyway,
she's trying to fit.
Yeah, but I did think Adam was a little hot. I'm sorry. And then there's Felipe and Tori, who like, hey, Felipe. Both, well, Tori looks better than he does, objectively to me. Her and her little fillers that she got. I think she's a sweet girl. I actually really like her. I don't know if there's anything about her that I won't like, but she seems sweet. I like that she's like trying to put herself in it, but then also remembering like her reality, like when they slept together for the first time and then being like, you know, like actually like, I don't know, like that maybe I was moving too fast. Like, I think she's a sweet girl. Felipe did scare me at first because he was like, I like to party. I come up at 4:00 in the morning and it's like you missed like 2 or 3 calls because you were out partying. Like, that's a red flag to me, and I don't do that because that means you do too much. Like that. Mm-hmm. That was the things that I didn't like about Felipe. But like, I don't know, he's just sweet.
He's tweaking the entire time.
You know what? You're not wrong.
And he's like, and sweating.
You're not wrong. And see, this is my problem. I guess I just don't know how to pick them because Adam and Felipe my top 2. But and I should just go for a Nick, you know. But
he is
done with it. I don't got nothing else to say about him. Yeah, that's how you get rid of me quick. Anywho, Sean and Nikki. So Sean and Nikki, my girl showed up to that wedding and said, so I'm supposed to sit here and wait for my husband? With my husband right here. Y'all. So, okay. I'm over here just talking like I'm talking to who watched the show. My bad, y'all. I forgot some of y'all don't know what the show is. You need to watch the first 2 episodes. I think first 3 is when they're getting married. Watch those. Yeah. And that's all you need to watch, Sean. And we'll tell you all about the rest of it. So, Sean and Nikki, I really find an affinity towards Nikki just from working in HR, being like, you know, high up, wanting someone who makes a certain amount of money. Like, she seems very put together to me. Or she seemed very put together to me, and like just wanting someone like not too much of a man and an ego. Like, I'm curious. So when I watch this, I'm curious, Yari, who did these people date beforehand? Well, I guess Cameron, nobody. who has these people dated before, and like what were the things that they liked about them, didn't like. I'm curious of how they work with other relationships, because the way that they work in these relationships make me feel like this is their first relationship ever.
So well, I'm surprised you haven't heard about Adam's ex, because that's all he talks about. He's like, well, my ex used to do this. My
You
ex
know
used
what
to do
he
that.
does? He does. Well, he says
He's like, oh,
ex-girlfriend.
he's like, why don't you want to play 3 hours of pickleball? My ex used to do it. She kept up with me.
Oh, he mad because she can't do the pickleball. Oh, he gonna be mad at me. I'm not doing no pickleball.
No, he's like, my perfect day is being on the boat and then going to the gym and then 3 hours of pickleball and then this. I was like, oh, you're unemployed. Sweaty and unemployed. Oof. Horrible combo.
Don't he got money?
No, he don't got money. Oh,
I thought you said he did.
You don't know his girlfriend. Why did the ex break up with him? His girlfriend exposed him that the lake house that he lives in. He actually lives in the back of the lake house. He rents it out. And he leased it with that girl, and then she broke up with him. She moved out, and then he never cleans, and he never showers, and he's dirty.
So now I don't like nobody. Like, damn, way to ruin my fantasy. Ugh.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't do, bro. That's the thing I can't do.
Yes, you gotta, girl.
Get on your Zoom. Me and Jayla was talking about the guy on the next slide. Okay, so anyway, Sean and Nikki. I thought that they were cute. I was a little hurt for Sean because clearly I knew that she was never going to see him as a man. No shade, because he's shorter than her. And like, well, that was my initial thoughts. But then I saw and I was like, oh wow, they'll be a sweet couple. But then the first fight I was like, ooh, okay. Then the second fight I was like, all right, this is getting a little bit too familiar. Then the third and the fourth and the fifth, I was like, they don't need to be together. They fight more than they talk. And I think that that's so interesting. And I think that we need to just call it quits. And I don't know if they have or not yet, but we need to call it quits because clearly
they're in love, by the way.
Wait, really?
You have a long way to go.
I guess it's like that toxic love, which I can't do toxic love. Like I'm like delusional love. And like sometimes delusional and a toxic love, I can't do toxic love. Like I'm not about to be like the way that he belittles her and talks to her like she's a fucking idiot and tries to theorize. I come from working in education. I come from working with people like Sean, them being my bosses, my colleagues. That is a big trigger for me and a big activator for me. I can't do it because my thing is too, you have no money. All you have is your education. Get the fuck away from me. But anyway. Next slide, we got Devin and Caitlin and Mecca and Belle.
Oh, I forgot about these two.
So I actually really like Caitlin and Devin. I don't really like Devin. Like I get it. Devin is like very like needy. And he doesn't want to admit that he's needy. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm a little needy, but I'm not really like that needy. You're needy, man. And like that's okay. And Caitlin just seems like a real bitch to me. However, social media manager wear like the fact that like this girl hates, I feel like the sun. Like I feel like that's why she wakes up so early to work out. She wakes up before the sun rises. Like when she says she's that cat and he's golden retriever, I really do see that. But I vibe with her because I feel like
I don't think she's a black cat either, though.
Ooh, so she just was lying. You think
I don't think. Let's just say I don't think Devin is the right shade of the color that she likes.
She like them darker.
It's interesting that you chose these two couples to be on this slide. Let me just say.
Ew. Devin was a love. Wait, Caitlin's crazy?
Yes.
What does she do? Oh my gosh.
What doesn't she do? She is crazy, and she's a Swiftie. Sorry if anyone's a Swiftie in here, but
they probably left. I think they show up at the beginning just to show respects, and then they go.
Because I was like, yeah, you need to catch up because
y'all put me in y'all group chat or make a group chat with me, and we can talk about Married at First Sight. I'm trying. As long as I'm ahead of Jayla, I feel like I'm doing good. Jayla's still on Mexico, like or Jayla's still on the honeymoon, and so God. I'm like, woo. Wow.
Mecca and Belle.
Tell us about them.
Mecca is a deeply, deeply, deeply traumatized person, and I understand very well. But like, my God, he unfortunately, uh, there's this type of person that like then goes to the other side of where like they just completely devoid their trauma and try to say, well, I'm super confident when actually they're really not. And him
Sexually
constantly
anxious?
Yeah, and him constantly telling her that she's not good enough for him is crazy. She, even as of like 2 episodes ago, and I'm caught up, he said, when I saw you in the altar, I was like, she's pretty, but is she pretty enough for me?
And I ain't gonna hold you. Mecca not fine. His daddy finer, but I'm gonna stop saying too
Please.
much of that.
His dad is a principal at some high school.
Yeah, his daddy look better than him. But
Mm-mm. But no,
no
then
shade. And I
and
don't,
then
don't answer me, but his mama not looking like that either. So I'm
ooh.
like,
And then Adam straight up asks him like, do you like white girls? And Mecca goes, oh, I don't have racial preference. And then Adam's like, okay, so then what is going on with Belle? Like, huh? And then he's like, well, I like them thicker. And this is how I know he likes white girls, because in his mind, thicker means bigger boobs. And in my mind, that's not what thicker means. So,
I just think Belle is like a fine girl. Like she's very pretty. She's cute.
she's very
She's like
cute.
she's sweet. Like she's not mind you, none of these.
Well,
Let me double check. But most of these people look good. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these people are conventionally attractive. Like whether they got filler, Botox, they titties done, they ass done, they shoulders, teeth. Like these people look good. Like these aren't no Ugg bug type of people. You know what I mean? They're not necessarily the best swinging people out the, like everyone has
yeah,
their
they're
thing.
like 6 and above, like 6 out of 10.
They can't be 7.
Who is 7 over here?
Well, I think I thought Adam and Felipe were cute.
Felipe?
Yeah,
He's
Felipe's
so greasy to me.
he kind of looked like a Mario brother to me. I was kind of into it. But anyway, so
And that made you like
I don't know. I think it was the mustache. Like it was just something about Felipe. Like I just was like really into it. I don't.
So he's so sweaty.
Yeah, but I told you what I feel about that. But yeah, so Mecca also told this girl that I think you like me 120 or 150% more than I like you, and I like you maybe 80% out of 100. Isn't that the sickest shit to say? Like, and I get it's his insecurity at trying to like he's trying to gauge with his insecurity. I know a lot of insecure bitches. I study psychology and counseling. I'm in counseling myself. Like, I know how to read a lot of between the lines and what people throw off as joking, and he's really trying to he's really trying to see if he's safe with her. And I get that humiliating her on national television, and that's what she needs to think about, and that's the shit that pisses me off about these people, and that's what I don't really rock with or vibe with, and I think that it's so embarrassing. Like no one's really thinking, and I mean that's why they picked them, you know what I mean, but no one's really thinking to me about their partner. I think when I look at Adam and Melissa, like I just got to the point where like Melissa, forgettable. Marissa's crying, and Adam's like, "All right, anyway, let's make it a joke. Like, console your girl, check in to see what she needs first, and then make a joke to divert the attention. But don't just be like, all right, anyway, that was awkward. Like, no, babes. Like, can you be a real person in this moment? Felipe and Tori, which to what I've seen so far, they've been good, but I guess they don't say what. Ooh.
Felipe, the one that said, I don't know if I want to be monogamous.
Okay, you're right. But he's just saying, I'm going to try my hardest to make sure I stay monogamous, which I think is a flag as well, because you got too many times to say that. You got 2 times to say that. The first time really was like, I don't know about if I want monogamy, then you don't want me. Mind you, I'm what's less than monogamous? I just want myself. But like but the fact that you feel like you're gonna have another If I'm not enough for you right now, I will never be enough for you, and that's okay. With Sean and Nikki, they talk to each other so nastily. It's like he belittles her so much, and she's like, "I'm gonna get my lick back." Well, I think he starts it all, and I think that
Yeah.
he. My roommate loves to say that I do therapy speak and like my educator speak of like like I know whatever. I think again, I know a lot of people like Sean. I think that I know that type, and he really does try to set her up to gaslight.
Who likes Sean?
I'm saying I know that type.
Oh, yeah.
No, I know like just like that. That is the peers that I used to have, and they still in higher education because that's all they can do for. And no shade to my girls who really making their way in higher ed, but like there's a subsect of people, and it's more than a subsect, but there's a good amount of people who are like in there to try to feel something, like what I mean? And like I know he be belittling her, and I'm glad she be. But I'm like, girl, ain't you in HR? You don't got no better tools to whack him with. Like sometimes
she does. She does.
I'm excited for that.
She does whack him a lot, but he also whacks her back. And I honestly think it's just they need to stop with the like trying to be like sexually compatible because they're a key. That's like her gay best friend.
Yeah. And then and honestly just have a baby and then have a baby for the show and then go y'all separate ways. Y'all
have a baby. Ugh. Well, they're gonna have to have sex for that.
They still not having sex? Which honestly, I'm like half asexual, so I can't even imagine either. Like somebody trying to like if I'm not in the mood, babes, like I can go a year, child. Like let's keep it going. Like that, baby. You better go to the restroom and find something to do. But anyway, I feel like Cameron and Michelle maybe be the only ones. I haven't seen. Well, apparently, Cameron crazy too, but I haven't seen them yet get wild and disrespect each other in front of other people. Nick and Courtney constantly. That girl said Adam's like the hottest guy here. Oh my gosh, I put stuff in with that. That's the nastiest thing to fucking say to your man who's right there. And also,
she wants him bad. She wants Adam bad.
I don't think Adam's the hottest guy. I honestly think Nick is very handsome. Like Nick might. Sean's really handsome too. It's his personality. Like I'm trying to separate the personality from the looks. I think Nick and Sean look better than most of the people on the cast because they're just cleaning. Oh, who you think the most handsome men are then? Everybody already a 4 and a -2 for you. Oh, look, here he goes. You heard me talking about therapize.
I'm like, all of these people are disgusting looking to me. But I will say that, I mean, Nick is a brunette with brown eyes. So, like, traditionally, if he were cuter, that would be.
I think he's handsome. What is not cute about him?
His face is a little squished. And he's conservative. I don't know.
Wanna be exactly. That actually does take it away. Yeah, you're right. But anyway. All in all, these people be embarrassing the fuck out of their people. And so this is my crown court. Nobody gets a fucking crown. No. And so I want to behead fucking Courtney and Nick because y'all don't want to be with each other in the first fucking place. And so off with y'all fucking head and off on my show. And I want to banish Caitlyn and Devin because I like Caitlyn, but if she crazy, I don't know.
I can't believe you like it, but he does give Chipmunk. He does give Chipmunk. Like his face is a little squished. Like I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know. He looked like my type of, who I didn't talk to before. So I guess maybe that's my thing.
He does give Chipmunk a little bit. Like, I don't know what it is. I think seeing the way he doesn't defend himself against Courtney, like,
you know what? And I think that's probably it. I like,
You like someone who doesn't defend themselves? Okay, we'll unpack that later.
I'll bring it up in therapy Friday. And so tell me, who are your banished, beheaded, becrowned?
Agree with this. I would behead both. Banished, I think I'm gonna banish Sean and Nikki.
Okay. So you think they can come back and fix themselves?
I think they have. So
okay, period.
But I think that they'll be great as best friends.
They gotta leave the island and come back as best friends, and that's the only way they can get back with the court and the good graces.
Yeah, no one's getting crowns here because
they all fucking suck. No, I was like the only people who get crowned. is the experts, but I don't even know if I want to give the experts the crown because y'all gave us these people. So who really is winning? Bitch, I get the
No,
crown.
you know what? I will give the crown to the male expert. I don't know his name. Sorry.
Me either. Girl, I thought you would.
No, sorry. I call him Karamo's Wario, but I know that that's not true.
He does give Karamo.
And that's why he's his Wario. So
I like how
I
he
call
puts
him
people
that.
together. I like how he
And he keeps doing it throughout the
Adam,
entire season.
and I think that they need that. I think they need someone to be like, hey, I'm gonna let you know now, this is not okay. The way that I want to just keep talking about this show.
The lady is Courtney's twin, so the lady is a no for me.
She is kind of Courtney's twin, but I like the lady.
Oh no, I don't like the lady.
I just, again, I'm like, you picked these people, you thought these people were going to be a match, and like, you couldn't have been more wrong.
No, literally, they're each other's opposites. I'm like, what the hell?
And like the worst ways, like you would think that these people would complement one another, and like I don't see a lot of complimenting. I see like a lot of like fun, whatever, but like this is marriage. I think this is a cute couple type of thing, couple experiment, but not marriage. None of this shit is lifelong.
Yeah, no. If Cameron and Michelle think that it's them, it's not, because I'm sorry, Amanda is 37, doesn't make six figures, and has never had a girlfriend. Is not serious about a wife.
Anything, you know what I mean? And I hate to say that because like I think that, again, and I texted you this earlier, like I think depending geographically on where you're located, like that I understand that makes sense. One, you've never had a girlfriend is wild as fuck, which is, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna judge people who's never been in relationships. But like if you've never been in a relationship and you want a relationship, that's kind of interesting to me because where do you think you're going to get where do you think you're going to be the best? You know what I mean? Like it's like,
and that's why he went on Married at First Sight, because he's like, well, here I'm definitely gonna get a relationship, a wife.
But look, I kind of want to be on Married at First Sight. Like I think I don't know if this is just my endorphins rising because I'm just so fascinated with the show because it's new to me. But like I would love to be a part of an experiment like this. But the thing is, I know I don't want to be married. I mean, besides my husband, shout out to Michael. Hey, I don't want to be married. I don't want to have a spouse. I do want a wedding, but I don't want to, like, all the things that Caitlyn and Courtney have said, I would be saying, why are you touching me? Move. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to. What are we doing? Like, I don't talk
to. I don't want to. You're like, I do not want a man in my house. Ew.
At all. But I would love kids. You know, and that's what I want. And like that, I want a family and all those things. And like, I see it in my mind, it's just a different switch. And so like, I know what I want. And so like, I'll be wasting my time being on a show like this, but like, I think it'll be a cute experiment. Like, I feel like I would really give myself to the social experiment though. Like I would really
like this better than Love is Blind.
1000%, because I think the Love is Blind is just fake and phony as fuck. And like, Love is not blind. I need to see how the fuck you, I mean, granted, they don't see how these people look, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to like, I don't want to talk to you for a few days and be like, you're the one. I would rather, and I guess that's maybe the Texas or maybe that's the cognitive behavioral therapy in me. But like, I feel like if I talk to people, like, you know, I told you, Are You the One is my favorite romantic show.
I love Are You the One.
But I think that it's like, if you've gone through and interviewed people who I've dated, interviewed people who know me and like did a psych eval about me and someone else and like manage that compatibility, I trust that more than me thinking of that. You know what I mean? Like more, and I feel like Love is Blind is like, I don't think I have good character. I'm ending up with Felipe and Adam. I don't know if I'm compatible with, or worse, a Mecca. Like, you know, like I don't know if I'm like I'm be walking around with Sincere over here talking about talking about what's his name? Carl. Where's my Carl? And I'm over here with Sincere talking about you make me look stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, look, Married on First.
Yes.
And I've done that before too. So
same.
So like, period. Like, let's go to it. Like, that's why I'm like, why are y'all acting demure? Because the camera's here. This is the 20th season. They not gonna see something that they ain't never seen before. So like, I'm not.
And like, honestly, usually in the other seasons, like the next day they'll be like, "Yeah, we had sex." Like it was crazy.
I think it's so interesting that they, especially nowadays, because so many people of our generation are very like in this younger, well, not the younger generation is skewing a little bit, but around our generation and older, they're very like, you got to have sex to see if you even. What if I can't imagine if I'm not having sex with you and I don't like it and I'm stuck with this for the rest of my life. Like so many people say that all the time,
Yeah.
and so
Gen Z is Puritans, so
yeah, they are. I need to be Gen Z with my fake Puritan ass.
no.
But it's like, yeah, let's test drive it. Let's see if it's gonna work. Anyway, I can't wait till. I don't think I'm gonna catch up then. If it's 18 episodes, I don't think I'm gonna catch up by next Tuesday. So I'm gonna have to wait.
You might. You caught up in 9 episodes in like 4 days, so 9 more episodes to go.
I guess, but we for sure gonna do Love is Blind, Love Island, for the reunion. And if I catch up, we're gonna do some of this too. Market Addy. But anyway, I love this show, y'all, and I'm going to watch season 17 once we get done this like month because I'm excited. Like I'm fascinated. Like I really am fascinated with these dating shows. Like I want to be on a dating show, but I don't want to be on one. Never mind. I'm being recorded. Alrighty. Big Brother.
Oh my God.
So there's a lot going on with Big Brother, and I know I didn't get a chance, and thank goodness we have time this time, but I know I didn't get a chance to do a deep dive last time just because it was so much going on. We talked about so much. But Big Brother 28, for folks that don't know what Big Brother is, it's a social experiment game that like really gets like 16 plus house guests in a house. And they do wacky challenges every week for like 100 or so days, over 90 days, to figure out who's gonna make it to the end. There's the head of household who essentially puts up 2 to 3 house guests a week. There's the veto competition that can remove somebody from the household, and then there's twists throughout the game. And so just to give you a little bit of background into who we working with right now, and honestly, I'm just gonna say the people who's still in the house. And actually, Yadi, I'll go with you too of like house guests. Any of these people you riding with, they're your faves. What were your first impressions of the girls?
First impression, of course, I love Lala because she's from New Jersey and she's a Black woman. So
she's from New Jersey? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's from New Jersey. She's in her 50s and she has 3 girls. She's just a girl.
She's a badass.
She is. I really, really do. I really liked Lala a lot when she first came on, just on first impressions. Literally, an intro video, I was like, I love Lala. Lala in the game is a little bit, what can I say? She's crying a little bit too much for me. Yeah, she's crying a little too much for me, and I don't think it's part of the game where she's like crying to get sympathy. I think she's just like, I think she's just really, really like this game is not for her. And I'm really sad about it because she did win HOH, but didn't like do anything about it. So
yeah, really a weak ass target, but exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I love.
And Yash is also from New Jersey, so I fuck with Yash, but I'm also like, he needs to stop being so easily influenced by the men and stop wanting to target the women.
He's so Gen Z coded to me with him in his fucking videos. I think about them every time I see him. Like,
yeah,
he's so interesting. I have gained to like him. I think Barrett is so cute. He's such a loser. He's from Texas though. Shout out. Like, you know what I mean? But Barrett, my type. Like, what did I say? I like a loser.
Oh, I mean, Barrett is in a really great position in the house. So, like, is he a loser? He's kind of doing the game well.
He is. I think it's hard to root for someone like him though, because it's like I think it's just because I'm such a dominant person in real life and in so many things. I'm controlling actually. And like, I can't imagine being in the Big Brother house. And like, that's why I probably won't make it far. But I can't imagine being in the Big Brother house, letting other people control my fate in the way that Barrett is doing. And like, it's so hard for me to be a yes person. Like, I can be a key girl with you, but I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, it's a great. I'm like, oh girl, you're stupid. But oh, I can't wait to see how this works. Like, and he's like, yeah, I'm totally down. Like, let's do it. Like, yeah, like I believe you. I trust you. Like, whatever you say.
But it's part of his game. It's
It's
literally
part
part of
of
his
the game.
game.
He's going to go farther than a lot of these girls because they're going to take him out unless he's like a sacrificial pawn and lamb. And then Ashley, irrelevant. She's evicted.
First guest evicted. Goodbye,
First
Ashley.
house guest evicted. The most votes in Big Brother history with 16, I think. Um,
Yeah.
these house guests, these are all. Well, no, Jason's sweet. Everyone else is a fucking loser. I did have a crush on Chuck. Um,
Ooh. You think Drew is a loser? We're on the wrong side of history.
Sister, have you been looking at the feeds?
Of course. Of course. He's literally Dan Giesling.
Maybe a week ago, but his stock has gone down drastically this weekend to me.
This
I think what I don't like about Drew is he is, aside from being racist, he is very
a white Latino being racist. Shocker.
so new. He is so like,
No, he literally hates Taylor and Lala so bad.
and for what reason? Like, I'm so confused to why they hate them so much. And
I
like,
don't know. A lot of them, honestly, all of like Haley and Drew
all of
both
them hate
all.
him.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah. And I think it's so interesting, and I think it's sad, you know. And like, honestly, Taylor, get the fuck about the house. Hold on.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just the way that Big Brother is, sadly.
Yeah, Big Brother, and that's really what I want to talk about after we do over after this of like what is the state of Big Brother and like how does this like relate to like the political season and like era that we're in and like what do we feel like this is going to change like a lot of our shows to be. But anyway, you know, people being proud to be in mind. But I forgot to be recorded. But yeah, I did like Haley Big Ass at the beginning, but she
Wait, Kamu's last name is Kirk?
Yes. I think. I'm pretty sure it is.
Carmella Kirk.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, too, the way that people turned and was like Kamu fans is bullshit to me. Like you weren't whacking him and all the things that he said beforehand just because he's against the icons. Mind you, the icons are getting on my nerves. They are ruining the season. But oh well, this is D's game to lose. I think Jason was sweet. I do think he was prematurely like kicked out, which sucks. Like again,
I think so too.
We're getting back to that era of like getting out the eyeballs and getting out the people who don't fit into like our, you know what I mean, especially if they don't have power. Like that's scary. And that's why I don't like Drew, because Drew's able to, and maybe that's what it is. Drew's able to chameleon his way within the in crowd and within the group, and he uses that to like put other people down. I think if he was just like trying to do what he like, just playing a sloppy gameplay, go for it. But his obsession with Taylor and Lala and putting them at the bottom, and like it's just so weak and boring, and like you don't have to do, we already don't fuck with them. Let's think strategically about other people we need to get rid of, because once you get, and then you're talking about Yash and it's the three darkest people who you're like, we got to get rid of them, they're so this and that. And it's like, let's start thinking strategically, like how D is. D erases, but I fuck with her. Angela too. Which again,
you know what? I like Angela, but this season she's bored me.
You like Angela?
I liked Angela.
I'm an Angela fan. That doesn't feel like your brand.
No, I liked her last season because Crazy Eyes.
Yes.
I thought that was an iconic first HOH. So I did like her. And when the woman ate her cheese board, like I just thought the dramatics were amazing. Sorry if my rice cooker is going off. But I think for the dramatics and for TV, Angela was born and bred for it. This season she's not really, but I think she learned from last season. And that's why she's being a little bit more sneaky with her gameplay.
It's certain moments. Look at the feeds and look at the highlights. She is still spiraling, but it's just more contained. And so she's spiraling with D and she's spiraling with Haley's big ass. And like,
I saw that like, Haley and her fighting. I was like, good, because I hate
that
Haley.
Was delicious. I love that but mind you, they're best friends now, and Haley hates the black women, whatever.
Yes. And Angela's like, oh, I never said that to Lala. I'm like, girl.
Yes, you did. And then who's on here? I'm glad Lyric gone.
Same.
I'm glad Roma's gone.
Promo photo is crazy for Lyric.
Yeah.
Rome. Oof, don't take my last name, please. His name's
This is
Jack. His name's Jack. First
yeah.
off,
This is a horrible photo of him. He's actually hot, but Mallory,
no.
I never
He
saw her for
reminds
that.
me of Glenn Powell, and I think Glenn Powell is ugly.
I don't, but good to know. Hey, Glenn. Ooh.
Ugh.
Mallory gets on my fucking nerves. I'm so happy with what's happening right now in the house. I think
Another
that,
Jersey girl.
and I'm not a fan of her at all, bitch.
I'm not a fan of her either. I'm not a
I
fan of
think
her
I
either.
was
Like, bitch,
fucking with her.
stop throwing competitions if you're gonna fucking cry every time.
Exactly. I think I was fucking with her. Again, as of last week, I was fucking with her. I was fucking with Drew, like Melody. A lot of them was cool. I don't like the dog pile. And I think it's really just because it's the black people. I think if they were dogpiling anybody else, I probably wouldn't care. But it's the black women, and I'm just like, if they was dogpiling Yash, which, like, Yash is like, he my brother. But like, I'd be like, okay. But it's Taylor and Lala, and like, I can also see Lala more. Taylor has won a veto. That's it. Like, I think that when
Right.
it comes from nowhere, it's like, what's happening? It's like she's damned if she do, she's damned if she don't. She damned if she tried to have a conversation with y'all, then she's being fake. You don't want to fuck with her, this and that. Then when she is like, to herself, it's like she thinks she's too good. And what the fuck is it? And so Melody clicked down bad. The girls was fucking with Melody last weekend before they said she's gonna be the next Brittany Haynes in her confessionals. But she's just a scary bitch to me. Me over here wanting to be on Big Brother talking shit about all these people. But like, she's just someone who's very like, to me, she's very like, I'm going to talk all my shit in my confessionals and then just be like, oh, I'm pissed out loud and like not really confront anybody. And like, my thing is, if Taylor and Lala are really at the bottom, like y'all say they are, then get on their ass. You're not getting on their ass. You're just talking shit about them. And
behind their back.
Groupthink actually is my biggest frustration with the game. And like, it's been so long since we kind of moved away from groupthink that I forgot that was what was like since season 16, whenever Derek and them was here. Like, I forgot that that's when groupthink really.
Oh my God, Derek loved that season.
Unpopular opinion, I kind of like season 15. Like, it's kind of tea aside from the racism. Okay, never mind. Didn't your girl? Never mind.
Well, season 15 was the first season that I saw.
Mine was 21, so baby,
like,
we in good company.
I was like, oh.
Like, watching the season without the feeds, I was just like, oh, cool. Like, of course there were some things I'm like, oh, they're nasty to Candace, like whatever. And then when I saw the stuff, I was like,
then I saw the feeds on TikTok and I said,
oh, this is insane. But I don't know. Watch it. Anyway, I forgot we were being recorded, but there's some, anyway. Low-key unpopular opinion, I like some of the I do not fuck with no anti-blackness, though. I will say that. Let me be very clear. Don't get that misconstrued camera. When they talk about the black people, I do not fuck with that. But they were a little funny. But Taylor is beautiful.
No. Taylor, yeah, of course. I'm kind of upset that she went with blonde braids to
me too.
But it's okay.
It looks good on her. I didn't like it at first, but like seeing her on the feeds last week, I was a fan. And then our icons, I love all of the icons.
Rick Devens needs to go. He needs to go with his family. I didn't leave my family to blah, blah, blah. Okay, then go home.
Go home. Yeah. I'm so surprised Angela's still in the game. Like, the thing is, this is D's game to win because all these bitches are gonna vote for D. And so, like, I think it's so funny that we're positioning D to win another game. Or like, whoever takes out D is going to be the one who they're going to crown the win. And like, I think that's also another reason why they don't really want Taylor, because if Taylor, she's the one who's gonna take a shot and maybe swing.
Did D win Survivor twice or only once?
No, once. She won once. They got her ass up out of it when she was against people who actually knew what the fuck they were doing and how to play the game. They said, get this bitch up out of here. But on the season that she won, I remember being like, I love D up until I was like, if she doesn't get checked, she's gonna win. And like, it's Yari, it's so easy when you see it of like, oh, we're setting a path for her. And I feel the same way about this season. And so I can't knock her. If she win, go forth. Not one of my favorite seasons. But shout out to it. Here the bitch is evicted. Rome was evicted, as he should be. I love
Oh,
when
and
we
Larry.
the handsome yes. Oh shit, lyrics down here. I love when we get rid of the handsome white man because I think that like
Yeah.
there's in the handsome white women and whatever. But I think that there's such an easy sort of like
Yeah.
these sort of like figurehead to follow. I do think it's unfortunate that Rome was one who was willing to work with the people from the marginalized groups because that sucks, and we're left with the white Latino Drew who is the opposite, and we're left with Chuck. He's gone now, but like who's again the opposite. Ashley wasn't instrumental to me. Jason did a good thing, but like he lost that battle back, and so unfortunately, or not battle back, but Blockbuster, and so unfortunately, like he is
Yeah.
there. But the thing is, like, the thing that also gets me, Yadi, is that these people aren't playing the game because you want to keep these big targets that are like big, but not like Kamu. Like Kamu was the right. I think out of all these people, Kamu and Ashley were like the right people to get out because it just made
Yeah.
sense. Kamu is someone who, while you have him, get him out because you don't know if
Yeah.
you're going to have him again. Rome, maybe, but like Rome wasn't fucking with the other side yet. And so, like, who knows? He never got to that potential. Ashley, forgettable.
Right.
Jason was somebody you could have kept in the game, and Chuck was somebody you should have kept in the game because they weren't that consequential.
But Chuck deadass told Lala, "You don't know how to play the game," and it's like, why would you say that when it's her HOH?
You know what's so funny? I didn't watch her week of her HOH or Yash's. I watched like before and after, and so like I was real like
Yeah.
And I think it's probably because that's when my sister was in town, and like I think that's when my bestie moved here and stuff like that. And so I just was like busy.
Yeah.
Like I think it's so funny that like I didn't watch those important HOA because that was probably the last time we'll be in power. You know what I mean? And so before we get on to what's on the horizon, I do want to have a conversation with you and with others, whoever's still here, girl, if they still here, about what I feel like this season of Big Brother means for the future of Big Brother, the future of reality competition shows, and just reality. Like I think that we are regressing back.
Sadly.
In a way that, like, yeah, in a way that's like kind of disheartening, but like maybe needs to happen for the pendulum to swing back our way. Because I do think like Big Brother, the last Big Brother winners have been like they've gotten 3 black women within the last like 5 or so years who've won, and then like a black man and then a brown man, and so like they're sick of that and they're like we're gonna need some white people. Like look, before they put me, I don't know. But even watching this, I've been discouraged. And I'm like, I don't even think I want to be on Big Brother anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm like, I can't imagine living a life pre Big Brother 22 other than Celebrity Big Brother 2. Like, I can't imagine a life of being in the house with that, with all those white people. I'm black, I'm loud, I'm queer, I'm all these things. Like, I'm going to be a target. Rather, I'm good at the game or not.
I think it's I agree with you, but I do think that Big Brother is kind of like a capsule in time of what it's a reflection of what we're going through in this country. And for that, I do appreciate it because I'm in a bubble. So everyone that I interact with thinks like me, kind of looks like me, besides my fiance who's white. But like, I really am in a bubble, and then I watch the show and I get so aggravated, but then I'm like, oh shit, like actually like a lot of more people think that way and I'm in the minority amongst others. And it's kind of interesting because even with the live feeds, because I haven't really been watching the show like on like the TV show, and I've mostly been watching the live feeds and the breakdowns and the recaps because the show portrays something so different than the live feeds. And I'm like, I just wanted to see what the live feeds are. And these people are so terrible to others. Like they just feel like, oh, that's the other side. I'm like, why do you need an 8-person alliance when there's like 12 people?
And that's my thing. Why do you need an 8-hour alliance when it's 12 people? Like what?
And the 12 people and the three out of the 12 people, 3 out of the other 4 are people of color. The only other people of color.
Literally. And so and who aren't quite as it's kept not killing it at the game. Like Lala got this shit by a fluke. I'm excited to see her veto win, but it's like no shade, but like we didn't think Lala was gonna win another competition. We didn't think she was gonna win the wall comp. And so it's like, but we don't care about her being a good competitor. It's just because she's annoying, she's loud, she's this, she's that. And we have people like Mallory and Melody who are allowed to be useless and still stay in the game. Bitch, all you useless bitches can link up. And like we're like, Yash is like a competitor, man, but I don't know. I'm not gonna put him up. And I'm so glad she didn't put up Yash. Like, and I don't know if it was the production being like, all right, girl, y'all can do what y'all want. We hear what y'all agenda, but be cute. And so I'm glad that, like, again, I don't know. It's sad, but again, sometimes the shit like this needs to happen, like, to show us what was really going on. You know what I mean? And like a lot of people watch reality TV for escapism, but like that's why you should watch scripted TV. But like, it's like you can't escape.
It's definitely sociology, anthropology, and amongst other things. And that's why I feel like it's a capsule in time. Like, it's something that I study. Yes, I watch, but I'm also studying it because the way that even the think pieces that people, bless you, that people are like taking from this too are interesting to me, because I do want to see how other like-minded people are processing this information and this show that they're putting us together. Like, I'm sorry, Julie Chen Moonves is a Christian nationalist, so it's like, okay, like,
and her husband's a fucking pedophile who had to get dethroned from his role. Again, not doing good for me if I'm trying to be on Big Brother, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of shit going on in that house.
Yes, so it's like, okay, I mean,
bought them, like, DI is dead everywhere, babes.
Scary. It's spooky times. That being said, I'm starting my campaign because I want to be on Big Brother 30.
Let's start it.
I'm not going to be on Big Brother 29 because I will be getting married next year, but Big Brother 30. Also, I feel like Big Brother 30 is going to be like super jam-packed, and there's going to be a lot of legends on there, and I want that.
And you're going to be there with them.
I kind of want the same type of, like, when like Dan and Janelle, like, I want that. Like, I want like the
season
coaches,
16
like,
or no, 14. I love the coaches.
I want
season.
that.
Janelle's one of my favorite Big Brother players. Like,
of course,
Janelle,
she's
so iconic. Baby, like Janelle, I like Danielle, I like
Danielle. Kind of like, unfortunately, in Traders, she was like the worst trader ever.
She was the worst trader, but I loved it. My bitch made it. But and that's the shit. Like, you know what I mean? But girl, yeah, I'm gonna need to find something else. Maybe I'll get on the civilian traders. I'm not gonna be good on that either, though. So it's like,
I will be so good at traders.
You would be. The thing is so funny is, like, you have such like an outgoing personality, but you're still able to like camouflage when needed, and like, like the person being a bad bitch. Unfortunately, me, it's like they see me coming, they gonna like, I'm gonna try to act shy, they gonna know it's an act.
No, please. That's because you see me now with these glasses and my hair. But like, every time I have my hair out, I'm loud and all that stuff. Meanwhile, I'm quiet as fuck. But it's just my hair.
Main character energy, babes. What can we say?
So I hear.
But anyway, I'm very excited to see what the rest of the season looks like. I do think it's D's game to lose. I think if it's not D, it would be I don't know, actually.
I think if it's not D and somehow Taylor like becomes through, she can make it.
Yeah, I would love to see Lala win too. Like, she's somebody who I would have never thought. I thought, they get the old girls out, just like Melody and Mallory said. Yeah. They said, girl, you here to get out. So I wouldn't be surprised, like, if she fights her way down to the end. But
well, obviously I'm rooting for everybody black. So obviously I want Lala and Taylor to make it far. But I think Taylor will probably stay over Lala because people are like, Lala's a competitor and Taylor isn't. And
exactly.
I think that is the downfall of being a competitor, that people want to take you out.
Especially comparing who people already don't like.
Yeah, but people are like obviously comparing Taylor to Ashley from last season, and that's why they're also like wary of her. When I'm like,
Ashley, huge. Shout out to Ashley. She was a good ass winner. Like, I was so unexpected. She really was the best of the new age winners. Like, she hasn't aged well after the fact, but like, baby, I was rooting the fuck for her. She was so smart. I'm like, damn, this bitch is smart, and she has such a good read on the house. Like,
I don't know anything about her as a winner post. I just know her and Morgan be beefing on Twitter.
Girl, and that's the thing that cracks me up. I think with her, she she just is like, she forgets, like she acts like she's one of us, and she just doesn't. She has a platform now, and so it's just like,
Yeah.
hey, you got to be mindful of some of the stuff that you say,
Oof.
because some people are gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
But anywho, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 5 coming back. I can't wait to watch. They air September 10th, and so I will be tuning in. We'll be giving that recap next the end of next month. Will you be tuning in with me?
I haven't watched the last 2 seasons, but I thought Whitney was out.
This is just from last season. This isn't Whitney's on there though. Whitney is on the season. This is her last season. So season 5, remember season 5 is when Taylor was supposed to be on The Bachelor, the domestic abuse stuff came out, and they stopped filming, and then they came back. And so we're going to see all of that. And so I am gag, goop, and on hold. I actually haven't finished season 4. Look, my trade over here, mad because they're still trying to
Yeah, I mean, obviously rooting for Layla, always. And now she's queer, so rooting times 2.
My sister doesn't know how to text in the thing, so she texts me her thoughts. Of course, rooting for Taylor Frankie Paul. She's the queen of the show. We also have Love Island Reunion, which again,
so excited.
We'll be doing our recap. I'm so excited to talk about it. The reunion trailer did look a little boring, but I'm still excited to watch it. I'm excited to see.
It definitely did look boring. They didn't even show Trinity at all. Besides this
like
part,
for a second when she and like honestly, Soul in her wig, I'm whatever.
Oh my god.
Khloé's The Girls. Have you heard about it? Are you going to watch it?
I'm not watching it, but it's been all over my feed because of the stupid Edie's girl, like getting into her spicy Latina trope. I'm like, bitch.
I can't wait. I think what's pulling me in, and so I want to watch it for next month, is that we have they removed their confessionals and it's just Khloé narrating it. And so I'm like, what the fuck is that going to look like? And so I'm very curious to see what that looks like.
It's giving Gossip Girl.
Yeah. And so I'm like, this is so interesting to take away their voices, but go for it, girl. And then Gestures of the Month. And so of all of the shows, I'm going to give the gesture to Mecca and Drew. Mecca, because how fucking dare you tell your wife that you don't know if you are or she's more attracted to you than she is, whatever, and you tell her that multiple times, you tell her that in groups, you do all these things.
He continues to do it.
And like, you talk about your trauma that you have with your mom and all this abandonment, and you use it as a crutch, use it as a shield. Not gonna fly with me. You are a fool. You are a joke.
Yeah.
And so are you, Drew. Drew, you started off strong. The girls were rooting for you. The girls loved all the stuff that you did on Jubilee. Now the girls telling you to go back to Jubilee because they don't want you on their Big Brother house no more. You are a menace to society and the human race.
Oh, Jubilee. No.
I need Drew out of this house. I hope he is out. I hope he's the last pre-juror. Enjoy. I hope that Taylor wins Blockbuster tomorrow and that they decide to keep Mallory over him. That's going to be my delicious. But unfortunately, I think that it's going to be either Mallory or Taylor.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Mallory because Mallory has actually won shit and Drew hasn't.
Correct. I think it's going to be Mallory though, or Taylor, because I think that I think people send her up to go. And I just think
it's so stupid to take out Taylor when everybody's against Taylor. So just take out Mallory. When's the next time you're going to take out Mallory?
I think it depends on what people feel. I think it depends on what people feel like emboldened to do and what people feel like the bosses say do. And so I think it depends on like if Drizzy say get her, I'm gonna get her. What about you? Who are your gestures of the month out of all the shows that we've watched and the shows that we talked about, or even shows you haven't watched?
Gesture of the month for me are every single man on Married at First Sight. Six gesture hats. Even Cameron, you'll see.
I have to see.
There's a saying in Spanish, te conozco caracol, and it's like, I know you. I've seen this play before, and I just know that he is not as meek as he seems.
Period. Well, my love, thank you so much for being a part of another Woody Royal Key recap, and really turn it up for us. I'll see you literally next Tuesday, and beyond. Thank y'all for watching.
Yay.
Like, follow, subscribe. Bye-bye.
Bye.